The door gunner let the .50 caliber machine gun rip into the night. The blacked-out helicopter was on its way to Kandahar. Among the people aboard, now keeping needlessly silent, was U.S. Marine Corps Sergeant Dave Spirk. The juddering of the .50 cal got Spirk's attention. It was quite a moment, said Spirk. Sporty for sure. Beside him was Captain Drew Cukor, a Marine Corps intelligence officer. It was me and Drew. Our thighs were tactically one, Spirk told me. The two men had begun their journeys several weeks prior on a warship anchored in the North Arabian Sea. They were part of Task Force 58, an effort led by Brigadier General Jim Mattis to insert the first conventional forces into Afghanistan. The 9/11 attacks were little more than 2 months in the past, and the United States wanted to topple the Taliban and defeat the al-Qaeda jihadis they harbored. Afghanistan had a strong track record of fending off foreign incursion. Mattis planned a series of raids aimed to create chaos as part of the US takeover attempt. The job echoed his own call sign, Chaos, a sardonic appellation from an earlier job. Colonel has another outstanding suggestion, Chaos. The goal was to prevent the Taliban, already getting hammered by US bombing raids in the north, from regrouping in the south around their spiritual home in Kandahar. Spirk and Cukor had each flown 400 miles inland over Pakistan's Baluchistan province to reach their waypoint, a remote Afghan airstrip in Helmand province. That was twice as far from the sea as usual marine operations allowed, but Mattis wasn't much interested in doctrine, and nor were the troops. He was about to send the amphibious wing of the military to invade a landlocked, mountainous country. They arrived a couple of days apart at a Spartan desert camp, originally set up for Arab sheikhs eager to hunt bustard, a heavy-bodied bird. Renamed Forward Operating Base, or FOB, Rhino, by Army Rangers, there was no water supply, but there was a long single dirt runway. Air Force pilots improvised precarious nighttime landings on the dirt with the help of night vision goggles, another departure from the norm. In those jumpy early days at FOB Rhino, US forces received wounded US and Afghan personnel, fended off attacks against the camp from Taliban fighters, and one night shot at a lone camel for fear it was carrying explosives. Leaving FOB Rhino some days later, the two men were on the first wave of helicopters leading a Marine Expeditionary Unit mission to seize Kandahar Airport in southern Afghanistan. They flew packed in tight, shoulder to shoulder under a sea of infantry gear, listening to the .50 cal blazing into the dark. But this helicopter was a person short. At Captain Cukor's command, a bulky computer unit took the place of a lance corporal. Spirk remembers it well. I carried the damn thing. The precious computer was meant to help Cukor find and assess targets, detect threats, help plan missions, and brief the commander. Loaded on the computer were his tools, Excel, Word, Google Earth, and PowerPoint, and some in-house military software none of them liked. It was my brain, Cukor said about the computer. But it was also close to useless. It didn't do anything. It was no good to us, Spirk remembered.